Hi, my name's Steve and welcome back to the 8-Bit Retro Refix. And on this week's video I'm going to show you how to make a cartridge for the Commodore 64, and we're going to create Goonies. The reason why I wanted to do this video is because there's some few extra steps, because Goonies in file size is a lot bigger than what I've done in the previous videos. But before we get on with that, you've got to do the truffle shuffle, Chunk.
Come on!
Come on, Chunk.
Come on!
Do it! The truffle shuffle. Thanks to our sponsors at pcbway, you can get these boards from them. If you have a look in the description, I will put a link to be able to purchase these. They do other things as well, so if you have a look on there, they do like this one. You can purchase Ghostbusters, you can purchase Karate Kid, International Karate. Yep, you can buy these other ones. I have done these in other videos showing you how to create these ones, but these are for the 64K images that we can burn on there, and they're a little bit smaller than the chip that we need. Right, so I'll have a quick word from our sponsors, PCBway. If you are enjoying these videos and you'd like to make things yourself, or you already are making things, then get yourself over to PCBway. They do everything from PCB prototypes to PCB assembly to flexible PCBs, HDI, CNC machining and 3D printing. They also do a lot of things in the shared projects, so if you have a look in there, there is a plethora of things that you can actually purchase. If you're wanting something from the Commodore 64 to the Spectrum to the Apple, everything's in there that you could possibly ever want. So get yourself down to PCBway. So ordering is very, very simple. So just navigate to the item that you want, add to cart, and this is where you fill in all your parameters. So we want single PCs, you can change the design panel. Got 5 pieces down here, and for $5 that's a bargain. Let's go over to the software and prepare our chip. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put the chip into the chip reader, always pop it in at the top and lock it down. So this one is a 27C020, which are, if I'm right, 256K chips. The bin file that we're going to write, which is this one here, Goonies, if we look at the properties of that, we can see there that it's 128K. Normally you would have to double it, but in this instance we don't have to. It works just without, just pop it straight on. Search up here and find our 27C Winborn chip that we've got, select that. We're going to go to File and open the Goonies file that we have on our desktop somewhere, wherever it is. And once you get this image here, don't do anything at all, just leave it alone, just load. And if we look over in this side here, we can see StatMat. So this looks like it's been converted by StatMat. Also did the Cool World video that I've just done recently showing you how to do that. He also did the OneLoad 64. Which is a complete package for the Commodore 64. Everything's in there. It's an absolutely great pack. So if you're into 64s and you haven't got all the games, go and have a look in that pack. It's pretty much all there apart from the modern stuff. So once we've loaded that file, all we need to do is go to Device. And because these chips we are using are a EPROM, which is an electronic erasable, programmable, read-only memory. So we can actually erase it. We don't need to, because it will automatically erase before we write onto it. But just to show you that I'm going to blank that chip, is we're going to erase it. Erase successful. Device, blank check. Quick scan through. Yep, it's blank. So we can just program that chip now. It doesn't take too long, and it will verify it straight after. but I won't make you wait through to the end, I'll skip it. There we go, it's verifying it now, it's done, complete, finished. So we've now got our program chip that we can start building as cartridge. So we've now got our program chip. We don't need them, we can get them rid of them. We need to make a start on this one. So it's saying at the top here that we need a 74 LS 273 pin ones up there with the notch towards the center hole. And we're going to need a LS02 with the notch to the top pointing towards the reset button. So I mean, if you want to put sockets into these, you can do. I like to put sockets in the main chip, so you can swap it out if you ever wanted to. So that's what I'm going to do on this occasion. So I'm going to put a chip in there, and I'm going to put a chip in there, and I'm going to put a socket on there, and I'm going to put a reset switch on top of there, just like that. So as you can see, this end's been cut off because I didn't have a socket short enough to go in there. I only had a bigger one, so I just trimmed it down at the edge there. This one's only for me, I won't be selling this on or anything like that, so it's just for me, it's fine. I've popped the chips in, I've popped the button on, and I've pushed the chip into that socket there. I have not soldered them there yet, they are all just hanging in there. So what I do is I put them through, and some people like this, some people don't. I just bend a leg over on each corner just so it holds them into place. So I'm going to solder them up now, and I'm also going to solder up these top points. So I'll put an image up because it's a little bit clearer. So there is some jumper points at the top of here now that you need to set. So you've got a lock on and lock off down here underneath the 7402 chip, which lock needs to be on. The JA17 needs to be jumpered to the left. The JA18 needs to be jumpered to the right, and so does JF. And JA16 needs jumper into the left. That's to accommodate the address lines of the bigger chip. So I'm going to get that soldered up now. So this is the soldering iron that I'll be using. This is also available on pcbway. I'm just going to be using some normal little bit of solder here. It has got flux already in the solder, so we don't need to use any flux. It makes it a mess, and it's harder to clean if you don't have an ultrasonic cleaner. I'm going to skip into a montage of soldering this up now.
My friends and I just had a run-in with these really disgusting people. You might have heard of them, the Fratellis. Well, we found their hideout. And could you please take me to the sheriff's station? I can describe all three of them.
Bimba dagli occhi vieni da Maria, a questo
Okay, so that's all soldered up now. As you can see, some of you are keen-eyed if you were watching that montage, I forgot to solder the reset switch. So I did that bit a little bit off camera. You also saw that I soldered up some jumper points and the lock point down there. I did forget to mention that if you look at that lock point, it on the video, you'll see that it is actually joined from that top side, and you had to cut through it. So you had to cut the connection between the left and the middle, and then solder up the connection from the middle to the right so it locks on. So all there's left to do is to pop this EPROM into its seat, into its home. We can pop that in there like that. Should go in just nice, and we can sink it home like that. So a quick check of the legs, make sure it doesn't look like anything's bent. Nope, that's looking good. So we can plug it into a 64 now and test out Goonies. Will it work? So okay, I'm hoping some point I will set it up properly and do screen capture rather than pointing the camera at the TV screen. So here's this board we've made. Does it work? Let's plug it in and try it. Fingers crossed. Yay! Looks like it's working. We've got music. We've got Goonies on cartridge, guys. So any of them bin files and game files, if you have a look in the One-Load 64 folder for the Magic Desk, there is larger files in there. So you will need these 020 chips for them larger files, and some of them you might even need an 040. But as you can see, Goonies is running. Thanks for watching, guys. Please hit the subscribe, thumbs up and the notification bell, and check in the description for the other guys in the YouTube Retro Repairers group. They all do fantastic stuff. There's Captain Commodore, Retro for You, and there's myself in there, and there's lots of other people in the Discord group, so come and join us in Discord too. So that's it for this week's video. We'll see you on the next one. Bye!